Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Looks like we have rumblings of yet another PlayStation exclusive coming to PC. This one was found on Steam's database, and it's not a big title. It's not your Ghost of Tsushima, it's not a Demon's Souls, it's not a Bloodborne, but it's still a title that I think is relatively notable in Sackboy: A Big Adventure. And what is more exciting to me about this is if they're porting a game like Sackboy: A Big Adventure, that means they're not just going to be porting heavy hitters, and that means some underrated PlayStation exclusives also have the potential to be ported, which I think makes all the sense in the world, and I'll explain why in just a little bit. And then also, Doom Eternal Update 6.66, we got some release notes on that. That's a major update, so we'll cover that quickly at the end of this video. But yes, Sackboy: A Big Adventure has been found on Steam database, a listing for that. Now, it's interesting because I don't think when people hear about Sackboy: A Big Adventure, it's going to get them super excited. It was a game done by Sumo Digital, and of course, Sackboy's a pretty relevant mascot character, I would say, for PlayStation. Like, obviously not at the level of, like, a Nintendo character, not even at the level of Sony's top mascots, but I always was a fan of Little Big Planet. I loved Little Big Planet 1 and 2, and Little Big Planet 3 was alright as well, and then Sackboy: A Big Adventure, more of a platformer. It's a relatively good game that, you know, it's good for any ages, but it's definitely not among the top-tier PlayStation titles like a Ghost of Tsushima or a, you know, God of War, which is coming to PC, or an Uncharted 4. But it's still a notable title because, to me, this also opens the opportunity for a lot of other underrated PlayStation games go. Like, when I look at the comments section and I see what PlayStation games people want on PC, it's a lot of the same, and I understand why. Ghost of Tsushima, Bloodborne, you'll see, you know, your Spider-Man, of course. I see Spider-Man all the time. Those are like the big three off the top of my head, but there are a lot of other games that I would like to see on PC. Not saying that Sackboy: A Big Adventure is necessarily at the top of my list, but one game that I would love to see on PC is like a Gravity Rush 2. I thought Gravity Rush 2 was an excellent game. Unfortunately, it did not do well from a sales standpoint, and I doubt that we'll ever see a Gravity Rush 3 unless it kind of builds that cult following over the years, and then, you know, Sony's like, okay, maybe it's time for a Gravity Rush 3. Why I say that a PC release for a game like that is relevant, because I've seen games be revitalized through a PC release. I'll point to a game like Valkyria Chronicles that dropped in 2008 on the PlayStation 3 as an exclusive. It didn't sell all too well, but it was received really well by the people that played it. Then, like, out of nowhere in 2014, I want to say, it just got a PC port. The PC port was done pretty well. It was $20, and it sold really, really well. I remember seeing, like, articles and interviews with Sega being really surprised with how that game sold on PC. And I'm not saying that alone paved the way for Valkyria Chronicles 4 to come out, but that came out. Then we did get a Valkyria Chronicles remaster on PlayStation 4, and then ultimately we got Valkyria Chronicles 4, a brand new Valkyria Chronicles game, and it came over here stateside. I don't know, you know, what came first, the chicken or the egg, so to speak, in terms of what made Valkyria Chronicles 4 happen. Was it the release of Valkyria Chronicles on PC and that's selling really well? Whatever the case may be on that, Valkyria Chronicles definitely was given a second win through its PC release, and I could see a game like Gravity Rush 2 being afforded that, although if you price Gravity Rush 2 at $50 on PC, I don't know if that's gonna vibe with people, but if it's priced accordingly, like $30, I think it would sell really well on PC. There's other games, maybe a more notable one would be like an Infamous Second Son. I do see that being commented here and there with people wanting that on PC, but that's another game. I don't recall how that did from a sales standpoint, but I think it would do pretty darn well on PC. You can even point to games like The Order 1886, not the best game in the world, definitely not worth $60, but hey, if that game's on a Steam sale for $5, I would recommend it. It's a good game for $5, given that it's like 5 to 6 hours long. I really like the visuals and the setting of the game, and it had a lot of potential to craft a compelling world, but obviously kind of got its legs cut underneath it, and I doubt we'll ever see an Order 1887 or anything like that, but I think there's a lot of potential with some of the unsung first-party Sony games or the PlayStation exclusives. Off the top of my head, you know, a Shadow of the Colossus remake by Bluepoint would be nice to see. Obviously, this is leading credence, the listing of Sackboy: A Big Adventure, to that NVIDIA leak, so I think Ghost of Tsushima is a foregone conclusion. That's gonna come to PC at some point, but I would expect that to be mid-2022, just because then Sony can be like, hey, We let PlayStation guys have it for 2 years as an exclusive, and then we re-released it on PlayStation 5. People bought it on there, and now we'll do a third re-release, and there's definitely going to be people that bought the game at least twice, and then maybe even bought the expansion on PS5. I definitely want to try out Ghost of Tsushima on PC. On a high-end PC, I think that game would be incredible, and at 60 frames per second, I mean, it goes without saying, every game at 60 FPS is just so much better, but playing Ghost of Tsushima on PS5, night and day compared to the PS4 version. But I do see Ghost of Tsushima happening, but again, I would like to see some of those games that, you know, aren't necessarily going to be the titles to sell millions and millions of copies, like a Horizon, like a Bloodborne if it was to come out, like a Ghost of Tsushima, but a Gravity Rush 2, I don't know what the undertaking would be to get that game on PC, but, you know, that wouldn't take anything away from the perceived value of a console, which I just think is a moot argument. I don't even want to get into that argument. I think console's always going to have an audience. I think PC's always going to have an audience, and you're just exposing these games to a larger amount of people. Like Sackboy, A Big Adventure, love me some Sackboy. That game is not a system seller for any platform. I just don't believe it is. So on PC, you can sell, you know, maybe 400,000 or 500,000 more copies on day one, make some additional revenue, and then you'll get perpetual revenue as the game gets discounted and everything like that. And I think it makes all the sense in the world. And hopefully, again, my big hope is that, yes, it's cool to see a game like this possibly come to PC, but hopefully that also leads to the possibility of other PlayStation titles that aren't as demanded coming to PC, because from my standpoint, that would be pretty cool. A Returnal, I think that was in the NVIDIA leak, wasn't it? Demon's Souls Remake was in that leak as well, so yeah, those are some titles that would sell well. Demon's Souls Remake, obviously, would sell. And that game's going straight to the top of the top sellers on Steam if that happens. Alright, moving on from that, I do want to quickly note that Doom Eternal Update 6.66 has been detailed. Well, it just dropped, and Horde mode is being added as well. So this is a very notable update because it's adding a lot of stuff for a free update. You're getting a Horde mode, so that's pretty cool. And you're getting some other bonus content as well. But Horde mode is definitely the biggest addition to it. There's also new master levels in it as well. Battle mode 2.0, all that good stuff. Doom Eternal is fully playable through Xbox Game Pass, so if you do want to play it that way, that is obviously, you know, probably the route you want to go, unless you do want to drop, you know, it's not too expensive anymore. I believe you can get it for 20-30 bucks, and it's a great first-person shooter. Runs very, very well on PC, of course, but a free update here with update 6.66. And again, if you do want to play through Xbox Game Pass, the Game Pass, excuse me, is $1 right now for new subscribers or lapsed subscribers coming back on, so that's a good way to do so. Horizon 5 is coming out, Forza Horizon 5. Age of Empires 4 is dropping. I mean, it's a good time to get on Xbox Game Pass, and Doom Eternal is one of those games that is definitely a value title to have on Game Pass. Outer Worlds as well, just off the top of my head. Forza Horizon 4 is on there as well, and of course Halo Infinite in December. But that's going to do it for me. Let me know your thoughts on Sackboy: A Big Adventure. Is that a game that, you know, kind of gets you excited for a potential PC release? I don't really think that's something that's going to excite a lot of people. However, let me know if you want any underrated PlayStation titles to come to PC. I know everybody wants their Ghost of Tsushima, their Spider-Man, their Demon's Souls, their Bloodborne, but maybe some off-the-wall titles, maybe like a Gravity Rush 2 or whatever you guys can think of, like a Concrete Genie. I'll throw that out. Medieval Remake, how about that? Yeah, some under-the-radar titles. And Doom Eternal Update 6.66 drops today, so check that out if you do have the game. If not, $1 for Game Pass. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.